Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So, yes, we're about to talk about this little incident that happened just recently. And when I tell y'all this is the epitome of black community issues, I don't know what more it is. I'm gonna be real honest. So just recently, there was this man who, if I'm not mistaken and I have all the information correctly, had already racked up like 3 felonies and 8 misdemeanors, something to that effect. He was being sentenced allegedly for aggravated battery with substantial bodily harm. So he was out here basically being domestically violent in the community. It's my understanding that this man had multiple opportunities to do the right thing and he chose not to. So he was in this courtroom, standing trial, trying to get parole, which he was denied. And what was his response? Like this person tweeted, aggravated battery. He proceeds to leap across the judge's table, the desk if you will, and tackle this woman, this white woman, mind you, and proceeds to beat her up. It took like 3 people, including police officers, to get him off of her. The video was like a whole 2 or 3 minute, and like a good maybe 30 seconds of those, maybe 25, was them scuffling trying to get him off of her. So whatever sentence he had, you can bet it's times a couple of numbers now. Now, the main reason why this went viral, other than the video of him launching himself over there to attack her, was the response from the people in our community. There were people, both men and women, who justified that man's actions simply because that woman chuckled and smirked whenever he was standing there talking about trying to get parole after all the chances that he threw in the trash to do the right thing. Literally all she said was, no, sir, I think you need to spend some time in prison because that might teach you to keep your hands to yourself and not be out here committing crimes in your own community. And like I said, people had the audacity to respond by saying, oh, well, she shouldn't have laughed at him. She was trying to mock him. That's what she gets for trying to mock him. And laughing at this woman being assaulted. I don't know where assault ever became funny. But let's make something very clear. I don't care who it is. Assault is not funny. If it's not funny for your mother to get beat up, if it's not funny for your father to get beat up, your brother, your sister, your wife, your husband, your brother, if it was you, would it be funny? No, it wouldn't. So there's nothing funny about battery. There's nothing funny about assault. She did not aggravate him. The demons in him got aggravated when she wouldn't give him a free pass. What this really is an issue of is him having no self-accountability. Him refusing to take accountability for his own actions and saying, you know what, I'm over here racking up all these charges. I got to do better with my life. I got to treat people better. But instead, he got so used to getting a free pass after a free pass after a free pass that he didn't feel like he had to change his behavior. Her sending him to prison could have been what saved his life or helped him get on the right track, but he threw all that in the trash by doing what he did. And the sad part is this is a common occurrence in our community. Like I said, one of those black community issues. How many times do we have somebody running amok in our community, committing all kinds of crimes, and people come to their aid? Once again, they make it about race. Oh, y'all are just trying to take a black man down. Even though he's doing all kind of heinous stuff that people are overlooking. This is why so many people have gotten away with stuff in our community. I'm going to always bring it back to the R. Kelly situation. Oh, well, that girl knew what she was doing. She was fast. He makes good music. Leave him alone. He's the king of R&B. Y'all just trying to pull him down. Not the fact that he was a grown behind man that had no business doing what he did with that child. He was supposed to be the adult in the situation. They made every excuse in the book to justify him and keep him out of prison and from facing the consequences of his actions, which then let him go on to be able to destroy multiple people's other lives and do a bunch of other crazy junk that he had no business doing. What is it about the black community that just loves to aid, abet, and enable abusers? That just gives them justification after justification. But if it was them, oh, it's a different story. It's a completely different story, but they'll justify some person harming and abusing other people in the community. But anyways, I wanted to point out again that people were justifying him attacking this woman because what? What she said because of a smirk? All she was trying to do was get him to understand that he threw his chance for any kind of parole or getting out of legal trouble by continuously being a felonious individual. And for all the people saying, oh, well, she shouldn't have said it that way, why was she being slick? Let me remind y'all once again, because I said this with the Jonathan Majors case, Them people can say what they want to when you've broken the law and put yourself in that position. He put himself in that position when he chose to do what he did. So he doesn't have a right to say, oh, I don't like the way she said it, or she was being rude, she was being slick. They can say whatever they want to, how they want to, when they want to in their courtroom. You are literally at their mercy once you have decided to throw away your freedom by breaking the law and hurting people. Point period blank. People need to wrap their heads around that and understand. You don't have any more freedoms in the situation once you've broken the law. That's out of the window. You threw it in the trash. He put himself in that position. Like I said, this is a case of a lack of self-accountability. And he probably also thought that he didn't have to listen to her or be subject to her because she's a woman. Now, the part where there were some people actually out here, like I said, women, laughing at this woman, they should be ashamed of themselves. Because if it was you getting beat up by a man, it wouldn't be funny. Especially the black women, because who do you think he was probably being domestically violent towards that got him to this point right here? Who do you think he was putting his hands on first? You can't be out here talking about you're mad because this man is getting the consequences of his actions legally for putting hands on people, probably women, with the black femicide rate at the point that it is at right now. That's just crazy. Like I said, all of them who are rejoicing that he hurt that woman, they need to be ashamed of themselves. And they also need to be ashamed because any other time people would be complaining about why y'all don't put aggressors and abusers behind closed doors. We got to keep calling the police over and over again. Y'all won't do anything. So finally, when somebody decides we're not giving you no more chances, you're going to prison, you think it's funny the way he responds? You see how butt backwards this is? Do you see how hypocritical that is of the community to respond in that way? That's why I keep telling y'all that the community and the culture is for the trash. Although I'm so thankful, I really thank God that there are black women out there who are standing up and making noise and saying this is not funny to us at all. We do not appreciate this. He needs to be in prison because once again, if he'll beat up a white woman, he gonna definitely beat up a black woman. He does not need anybody to enable his violent, toxic behavior. He needs prison time. And people can miss me with the whole mental illness thing because there's plenty of mentally ill people who do not put their hands on people. Like I said, I feel like only black people will use that as a justification. Like this tweet says, I'm so sick and tired of black people standing up for black people just because they're black. Like, we need to cut that out. If they do something wrong, you need to stand up and tell the truth and call it out. I don't care if they are black. That shouldn't stop you from telling the truth and calling them out for what they did wrong. I'm going to go ahead and take it one step further and be a little bit petty, like what this tweet said. This man is going around, like I said, racking up felonies and misdemeanors, hurting people in the community, making a behind out of himself to the whole world, because that video went viral on all platforms. He's making himself look bad. He's making black people and black men look bad. But y'all are blaming everything that happens that's wrong in the black community on single mothers, on weaves, on lashes, on women who only make up a small portion of the community who are doing ratchet stuff. But this criminal is going around doing all kind of crazy stuff and y'all are defending him. Like I said, it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the double standard for me. It's the lack of common sense, common courtesy, and any kind of empathy. It's the lack of it all. Like I said, I'm glad that people are standing up, trying to hold the guy accountable, pointing out what's right, acknowledging the truth. Although we're going to keep having these problems until we address them more heavily, until we address them more often, until we keep holding people accountable for their actions, until we learn how to stop defending abusers because whatever crackhead mentality that we got going on in our community and because they share the same skin color or gender as us. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel about this madness down in the comments below, respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.